All right. Well, I thought the game ended up like I thought it would, not in terms of who won and lost, but that one team was going to lose, and it was going to be a tough loss, no matter who lost this game. You had two good teams in here playing. Thought we did a good job. We controlled a lot of the game. We controlled a lot of the game. I think that was fact. And then we couldn't make some plays. They got real aggressive offensively in the second half, attacking the basket, very aggressive. And we relented a couple times, and then we fouled a couple times also. And then it got down to towards the end to the nitty gritty, and we didn't make any plays. One guy goes 1 for 4 from the free throw line. We miss a little runner in there. We miss another layup in transition. We have a wide open three that we miss. And so at some point at that stage of the game, a couple of those plays need to be made. You got to make a couple of those plays. And rotations were a little bit different today. We got, Mo was a little banged up, and so he didn't play today. And just in looking long-term for the future, I just thought we were better off just not playing him today. So I know there was a time we were stagnant offensively. We were stagnant, and then, we had a couple guys that also didn't miss the shot, didn't make a play, and we couldn't get over it. Like, we couldn't get over it. We were processing that internally. You could see it on a couple guys here and there. And so, you're going to miss more than you make. You got to get to the next thing. But we just weren't moving as much. We weren't moving. I thought Stephen Clark was a shot in the arm a couple times. They were not guarding him essentially, and then he moved around and found his way into a couple good situations and opportunities for us. But I thought we got stagnant. We settled for some stuff. And then the other thing, we gave up 16 second chance points, is where you're not going to beat a good team when you do that. That's for sure. I just think you're in a learning by doing scenario, right? And you got a new team basically, and a lot of teams in college basketball are going through this, having a lot of new faces, and so you're in a learning by doing situation. And so I think you have to be in those situations to perform better in those situations. And your name's going to get called, and you got to stand up on a wide open shot, was what and make it, or on a defensive stop, or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, I think you have to be in those scenarios, and then you'll improve your performance as you gain more experience in those situations. A hostile environment, good team, well-coached team, physical team, skilled team, good-sized team, and you come in here and again you played well for the majority of the game, well enough that you in the back of your mind feel like you should have won, right? And then but you give a good team 16 second chance opportunities. You forfeited your chance pretty much, and then we had a couple plays, like I said, that we didn't perform. But I think ultimately it's just a good learning tool if it affects our behavior moving forward.
Obviously ecstatic with the win. I thought both teams played really hard. It wasn't one of the prettier basketball games at times, but the competitive spirit by the kids on both teams was really high, and will to win. I thought both teams guarded and really bothered each other at times. The game was very physical on both ends, so it was hard to finish some plays around the basket. And I'm pleased with our guys for finding a way to win more of a defensive type game. We've had some games where we've really shot the ball well and won shooting it. Tonight we won because we guarded better. And I thought Ian's rebounding late was really good, and we had some timely offensive baskets. Our execution in the second half was better. I thought we were a little just so amped up. We missed some shots around the rim that we sometimes make, but South Carolina is a very good team. Lamont does a really good job, and I think they're going to have a great year too.
Brad, what do you find out about this team? It's like the third time this year you guys have come back from double digits to win a game.
We're older, so I hope we don't lose our poise. I talked about that at halftime. Is just, we're a little amped up. We'll play better in the second half, but we have to sustain defensively. I thought we messed up a couple switches in the first half. It was loud in there, so I think guys couldn't hear all the time. Made a couple defensive mistakes. We were better. I thought we did a pretty good job. They do a lot of different things. They have small lineups. They have big lineups. They post you. They post guards. They can shoot with their bigs when Mac's in the game. we only had a couple of days to really kind of get adjusted to it all. It was, it was a lot for our guys to have to tackle, and I thought we just hung in there and did a better job the longer the game went. And, we kind of just talked about that. We're going to have to really play well defensively because they're a good defensive team. It's hard to score against them. So just, again, it was a great win for us. Happy for our players, happy for our students, fans, all Clemson Nation. I mean, this is an important game. We lost the game down there last year on the last-second shot. This was one that we wanted to win. And, it's hard sometimes when you don't have as many South Carolina kids, making people understand. But, I think tonight's crowd was really good for the state of South Carolina for basketball. Both teams playing well, unbelievable basketball environment. This is what it should be. This is what it is a lot of times when we play the ACC games. But we need these kinds of environments in November and December if we're going to continue to elevate our program. And, I mean, this was fantastic. And we probably don't win the game if we don't have a great environment to help us. I told our guys that at halftime, too. I said, hey, the crowd's here. They want to help you, but you got to give them something to cheer for. We're just not making any shots. We haven't knocked the ball loose and gotten a dunk. We've got to grind our way into some plays that, an offensive rebound, kick out three, something that just, gets the crowd going a little bit. And South Carolina played well in the first half, made a couple shots. Meechie Johnson was 3 for 3 from three, and that quiets a road crowd quickly. So credit to them for that. I know we're resilient. We've hung in there, and we've played with pretty good poise in the second half of a lot of close games. It's a long season, though, really long. I really would like to get Hemingway and Jack Clark back because I just think depth and numbers and, there's a wearing effect on all these hard games back to back to back. We've had a really hard week and a half, but that's going to be the ACC season, high major game after high major game. Having said that, our team is really good and efficient offensively, or has been most nights. Tonight, not as good. We've got to get better at some things for sure, but certainly very pleased, and they're an unbelievably fun group to be around.